Hello, welcome to my video. Let's try to practice your listening skill. Now move on to conversation 1. And the topic is, I do speak Spanish. Listen carefully.
Sarah, you've taught in a bunch of different places. What countries have you taught again?
Quite a few. I've taught in Korea, Ecuador, Taiwan, Mexico, Japan, and the USA.
Okay, so
and
you're
China. Sorry.
Oh, wow. So you're a language teacher. You've taught in all these amazing countries.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the languages. First, do you speak Japanese?
I don't. I'm embarrassed. I've lived here 6 years, but I don't. How about you? Do you speak Japanese?
I do speak Japanese, but
you do?
Yeah, but it's not very good.
Oh.
People don't hear me say it that much because it's really bad, but I do speak Japanese, but it's bad. But what about the other languages? You lived in Korea. Did you study Korean?
I did. I did study Korean. And I did learn to read very well. But now I've forgotten, so I can't speak it anymore.
I heard that it's relatively easy to learn the alphabet in Korea.
Yes, it is. It was invented by a scientist to be simple and easy to learn how to read.
Oh,
so
wow.
It is very easy.
What about China? Did you learn Chinese?
I didn't. I did study a lot, but in the end, I found it too difficult. Do you speak Chinese?
I don't speak Chinese, but I lived in Thailand for 5 years, and I do speak Thai. And I did study Thai when I was there, so yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's tonal, so it's kind of similar in some ways to Chinese.
And can you read Thai?
I can read Thai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do read Thai. So actually, my Thai reading is probably better than my Japanese.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it's hard because in Thai, the words kind of stick together. Mm-hmm. Now, you were in Mexico and in Ecuador.
Yes.
So do you speak Spanish?
I do speak Spanish. That was one of my goals for moving there, was to become fluent. And I'm very happy now I can say I do speak Spanish.
And your husband was with you. Does he speak Spanish?
Yeah, he does speak Spanish. He studied a lot and really improved a lot, so now he can say the same thing. He does speak Spanish.
And your children?
They do too. They speak Spanish.
Oh, nice. And your children are with you now in Japan. Do they speak Japanese?
They don't. They're learning very quickly. So I think they will improve, and in a couple of months, I can say that they can. But right now, their Japanese is very low.
So you were just in Mexico. Do you miss Mexico?
I do miss Mexico. I miss the food the most. I miss the Spanish language. And I miss the music. How about you? Do you miss Thailand?
I do miss Thailand a little bit, but not too much because I visit there a lot. So it's not that big of a deal. I go there usually once or twice a year. But when I'm in Japan, I do miss it. I miss the food especially. Now, we both are outside of the U.S. We don't live in the U.S. Do you miss living in the U.S.?
I do miss living in the U.S. I often miss that I understand and I know the culture so well. Sometimes in Japan, I feel like an outsider. And so I do miss being in the USA and being able to blend into the background to be just another person.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you miss the USA?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't miss it at all. So I visit it. I do miss my family, and I do miss some things, especially like the food and the nature, but I don't miss actually living in America. Maybe because I go back so often. So these days it just doesn't seem like a big deal. Now, we are both in Japan. Do you plan to teach somewhere else soon?
I don't. I hope to stay in Japan for a couple of years. We are relaxed, we are settled, the children are in school. I hope we can stay here. How about you? Are you going to stay? Or do you have plans to go?
I do have plans to go, actually, and I want your old job.
Really?
I want to work for the U.S. government, and I want to work in a different country.
You should do it.
I will.
That is the end of conversation 1. Now move on to conversation 2. And the topic is job duties. Listen carefully.
So, Sarah, you were a teacher for the State Department?
Yes, that's right. I was with the English Language Fellows program.
Oh, wow. And where did you teach?
I taught in Mexico.
Oh, that's great. Wow. So when you teach for the State Department, do they let you wear anything you want? Do you have to wear a suit or anything?
They let you wear anything that is professional. You don't have to wear a suit, but you can't wear jeans.
Okay. Do they let you teach anything you want?
No, they don't let you teach anything you want. You do have a lot of freedom, but they have some requirements. So you might have to teach university students beginning English, or you might have to teach university students engineering English. You have freedom how you're going to teach those subjects, but they don't let you choose the subjects.
Okay. And when you work for the U.S. government, do they make you do a lot of paperwork?
They do. They do make you do a lot of paperwork. When I applied for the job, it was the most difficult job application I'd ever done. They make you fill out a lot of forms, and they make you ask your references to fill out a lot of forms too. And then, when you do move to the country, they make you fill out even more forms for the work visa and the residency visa.
Oh, wow. That sounds pretty harsh.
It's really difficult. They do try to help you with the forms, but the official rule is that they will only help the official employee. I traveled with my husband and 3 kids. They let me bring my family, but they didn't help me with the paperwork for my family.
Oh, wow. So does the government help you get acclimated? For example, do they help you learn the language? Do they help you with moving costs? Do they help you get acquainted with, the local culture?
Mm-hmm. Some of those are yes and some are no. They don't help you learn the local language. That is up to you individually. They do help you become acclimated to your town. They travel with you to your town. They make your host institution find you housing. So that's really nice. They help you with the housing. They make your institution find you housing. And they let you have some time to get used to it before you're required to be working 40 hours a week.
So you've worked for a university.
Mm-hmm.
You've worked for the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm.
Have you worked for language schools?
I have. When I worked in Korea, I worked for an independent, privately owned language school, and we taught after-school lessons.
So which did you prefer? Like, which ones did you like?
Well, my favorite has been the university job because they let you choose your own hours. You have to teach the classes, but if you don't have class, they let you plan your lessons from home or whatever time of day that you want to do it. I like that. But when I was working for the State Department, they made you work regular 9 to 5, Monday to Friday hours.
Oh, right, yeah.
They made you work those hours. I liked the private language school. It was a good job for me at the time, but they also make you work the hours that they need you, which is 2 to 7 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday. And those are not the best hours to be working, so I didn't like that. But the language school helped me the most. They taught me language, they took me on trips, they really treated me like a part of the family in a way that the university and the State Department didn't. So that was a good memory, a good job.
So if you could rank the jobs between university, working for the U.S. government, and a language school, what would you rank 1, 2, 3?
just exactly how you said it. University would be the top. The State Department would be very close second. And then the language school would be a little farther down. The pay was a lot lower. The hours were not very good. I didn't have freedom.
They make you work more.
Make you work more, yeah.
Right. Okay, that's awesome. Thanks.
Thanks.
That is the end of video today. You did very well, so keep going. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. Bye bye and see you in the next video.